Welcome to episode 1 of the 9 Trials of Tribulation by We Are Doing Our Best Studios. My name is Cassidy Zhang.
I'm Brendan Matthews.
And this is Summer Belcher.
Before we get started, we would like to mention today's sponsor. This episode is brought to you by Professor Godsey's Spring 2021 Criminal Law class. Without it, we wouldn't be here today making these episodes. My name is Cassidy Zhang, and I am a 1L at the University of Cincinnati College of Law. I earned my Bachelor of Arts in Criminology and English with a minor in Law and Legal Studies from West Virginia University in December 2019. I have always been passionate about true crime and serial killers, but in recent years, I have gotten more interested in the real stories of people who have spent their life behind bars. When Professor Godsey first introduced this assignment, I immediately knew I wanted to focus on Curtis Flowers, as I have been following his case since In the Dark first came out. It also gave me the perfect reason to watch Trial 4 and count it as homework. I knew Brendan and Summer would become just as invested in these stories of how the criminal justice system has failed as I have. And I was right. They were easy recruits. Thankfully, Professor Godsey approved of our suggestion, and we are able to be here doing what we love, talking to each other and bitching about something that has pissed us off.
This is Brendan Matthews, and I'm a 1L at the University of Cincinnati College of Law and PhD student in epidemiology in the College of Medicine. In undergrad, I did a dual degree in biology and neuroscience, and then went on to obtain my master's degree in public health and epidemiology and maternal child health, all from the University of Kentucky. When not struggling through the daily grind of law school or working as a COVID-19 epidemiologist for the government of Kentucky, I love listening to podcasts and watching documentaries about true crime and hope to one day practice criminal law. This summer, I'll be working as a policy fellow with the Ohio Innocence Project, along with helping out part-time at the Immigrant and Refugee Law Center adjudicating affirmative asylum claims in the Sixth Circuit.
I'm Summer Belcher, and I too am a 1L at the Cincinnati College of Law. I received my bachelor's degree in 2006 from Marshall University and a master's of legal studies from WVU. After 16 years as a paralegal, I decided it was time to go to law school. I've never been a person to listen to audiobooks, talk radio, or podcasts. But after listening to In the Dark, I'm a convert. I would even love for us to start a podcast discussing other cases and the life of a law student. When I'm not playing a law student, I'm a wife, mother, and a Mimi. Hopefully, one day, I will be gainfully employed as an attorney in the corporate world.
Throughout this podcast, we will be delving into the criminal justice system and how it has failed two people in particular, Curtis Flowers and K Ellis. Curtis Flowers is a 50-year-old man who spent 23 years behind bars for a crime he did not commit. In 1996, 4 people were brutally murdered at Tardy Furniture in Winona, Mississippi. Curtis became a prime suspect when police found out he had been fired from Tardy Furniture less than 2 weeks before the murder, and multiple people testified they had seen him walking near the store the morning of the murders. Curtis pleaded his innocence, but faced trial 6 times for the murders. In 2018, the podcast In the Dark by American Public Media began compiling evidence and reporting on the crime. The renewed interest and in-depth reporting cast some serious doubt on the state's case, and the Supreme Court decided to take a look at Flowers v. Mississippi.
K Ellis was convicted at his third trial in 1995 of the 1993 armed robbery and homicide of police detective John J. Mulligan. The first 2 trials of Sean ended in mistrials due to hung juries. Always maintaining his innocence, Sean was sentenced to life in prison and served 21 years, 7 months, and 29 days behind bars until a judge in 2015 declared that justice is not done and overturned Sean's conviction and freed him on bail. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts vowed to try Sean's case for a 4th time, ever determined to lock him away for life, and set a date for the 4th trial against Sean. Sean's defense attorneys, Rosemary Scapiccio and Jaleese McDonough, quickly got to work as they fought to prove his innocence. Finally, in 2018, the Office of the District Attorney dropped all charges against Sean, but stopped short of fully exonerating him. Sean's case was not dismissed with prejudice, so there is still a chance today that he could face further prosecution for a crime he did not commit, though it is unlikely the current DA will pursue that option.
Though these cases occurred in two very different locations, one being the conservative small town of Winona, Mississippi, and the other the more progressive Boston, Massachusetts, they share very similar outcomes. Two black men were tried ruthlessly and repeatedly by white prosecutors in a system supposedly designed to protect the innocent until proven guilty. These two men endured a combined 3 mistrials, 6 convictions, 5 successful post-conviction appeals, 44 years in prison, and an unquantifiable amount of suffering. All of this without ever seeing a day outside of the confines of incarceration. All of this while fully innocent. These are the 9 trials of tribulation.